Gaffer a disappointing weekend, but how do you now get the best out of the players after the weekend?
Again, I'll kind of say this a lot in the press, it's how we operate, it's how we operated last year. You take one game at a time for a reason, because positive momentum's great, but it's difficult to build in the Premiership. So you can easily fall on the kind of negative momentum, the negative narrative around the Premiership. So I kind of one game at a time. So we were in Sunday, Monday, spoke about it. Sunday and Monday we went over the game, to be fair. And then come Monday, 10:30, 10:30, it's kind of put to bed and we focus on Motherwell. So, but the one thing I will say, Hack, is I'm looking forward to being back at home. It's been a while since we've been here. I think that's 6 away games and 3 home games we've had. So I've said that I've been pretty open about that, even to the players, and speaking to like Stevie May, Gowser, it's hard to win games of football away from home in the Premiership. So you've got to try and pick as many points up as you can at home. So Saturday's a big game.
Touching on the home v away, I think we don't balance it out until December, I think it is, when we've got about 8 games and it's 5 at home, I think it is.
See, to be fair, Saturday was disappointing, but it's probably the first game, really, in all honesty, that I came away from it really disappointed with our performance. That was the first one. And I can obviously, there's moments in that game that the dynamics change the game because of the moments. The first goal's really poor and the second goal's really disappointing, and it gives us a mountain to climb. So I can kind of look at that game pragmatically and go, I understand why the game came away from us at that point. But that's really the first one this season where I think for the majority of the game we weren't great, we never covered ourselves in glory, and we all know we're better than that.
I think one of the talking points after the game, David, was finishing with no recognised centre halves. Was there any update on Shane?
Shane, I hope I'm wrong. Shane's away for his scan today. Adam Montgomery's away for a scan today. Again, like you're trying not to like look for excuses, if that makes sense. But when you look at your back 5 at the tail end of the game, it's difficult at that point. So touch wood, Shane's not going to be as long as we think, and touch wood to Adam. I think Adam's is a bit less, but right now, and again we've not got the scan results, it's just from talking to the players and how they felt and talking to Andy. Shane's could be a 12-weeker and we Adam will hopefully a 48-weeker, so probably average that out with a 6. But so it wasn't great. I think Adam Montgomery's been one of our best players this season. I think he's been brilliant. Shane's obviously not had a consistent run of form in the team. He got thrown in the team at the Dundee away and he played out of position because of the situation with Gowser then. So you finished the game with no recognised centre halves, but that was kind of it was three forced substitutions within the game, which is no ideal.
Obviously all focusing now on Saturday against Motherwell. What threat do they pose?
I think Motherwell got one of the high. I don't think I know. Motherwell's got one of the highest XGs in the league, so they create chances. We know the strengths that they've got, and we know kind of our game plan's not really going to change at home. Hack how we want to approach every home game. I'm going to sit there and I can't see. There'll be tweaks within the game, but everything we've worked on the past 18 months is going to be tried to get implemented on the game on Saturday. There's a wee change of shape going into Saturday's game. It's debatable if it helped us or not. There's certain away games this season, there's probably 3 or 4 clubs where I will look at how we're going to play and how we're going to adapt to the opposition, but definitely at home I think the focus has got to be on how we're going to play. Motherwell bring quick counters, fast wingers, look after the ball, make a lot of passes. And I'm not obviously want to say too much in how we're going to approach the game, but we'll focus on ourselves. But they're a very attack-minded team. They're dominant in possession. They like to keep the ball. They like to make passes. They like to pull you in. They like to play through your press, play over your press, to their wingers who are pretty quick.
Obviously it's another big game in terms of league position. Does that come into the conversation, or is it just all focus on the team in hand?
Team in hand. I think when you start getting bogged down with stats and data, you've no 1 in 5, you've not all this. I think it just brings negative energy into the building. I spoke about this. I'm definitely not going to get down this rabbit hole of saying the same things as what we've said in previous seasons. It's hard winning games in the Premiership. But I think in successful seasons we're roughly 10-11 games over the course of 38 games that we won. So when you actually put that into perspective, it shows you how hard it was, and that's probably on successful seasons.
Yeah.
So it's important that you don't get bogged down with kind of the data, the stats, negative momentum, negative energy, and you really just focus on your selling. I can control what happens within here to a certain degree. I can control how we're going to approach a game to a certain degree. And that's the ones that kind of where we'll focus all our energy on Livingston, how we're going to play and try and win that game, because I don't think there's any. I think you would have been into last season, and I think we would have been expected to win 75% of our games. Expected to win. We expected to win. Now we expected to win 100% of our games, if I'm really honest, because it's a much more level playing field.
Yeah.
Coming into this year, I don't think that expectation can be there. You'd be lying. We'll try and win every game that's put in front of us, but I don't think you're expected to win every game that's put in front of you. But I think playing Motherwell at home, it's definitely a game that'll be an expectation within the building that we can go and get 3 points, but it's just an expectation at this point. You've still got to go and make the actions to make sure you get it, because that's the difficult part. That's the difficult part here. I don't think there's any fixtures in the Premiership where you can go in there kind of no being the underdog, or no, like, you're no 100% expected to win that game of football.
Yeah. Obviously we've spoken a wee bit about injuries, but Joshua's obviously didn't feature on Saturday, being away on international duty. When should we expect to see him?
He'll be probably involved in the match day squad this week. Players played at a high level, so hopefully he can come in and help us. Obviously we're still a wee bit short in kind of the defensive areas. Ideally, in the ideal situation, you're coming off a good performance on Saturday. The result would have took care of itself. You're coming off the back of a good performance with the defensive players we just spoke about being available. They're not going to be available for this game, so we'll need to be cute in how we approach that one. But Joshua trained with us 3 days before he went away international duty. He played 90 minutes against Jamaica, trained yesterday, trained today, he'll train tomorrow, so he's maybe at a stage where that'll be probably a player-led decision rather than me saying I want you or I need you. That'll be a conversation with the player to see where he feels he is, to see if he feels he's ready. But he'll definitely be involved in the match day squad.